There is a certain kind of machine that stays in the shadows until the moment someone looks closer. A machine that seems ordinary at first glance yet quietly carries the fingerprints of engineering decisions that were never meant to be noticed by the average commuter. A machine that blends practicality with a surprising depth of character that only reveals itself when the driver starts to listen. Every inch feels like a study in purpose. Every compromise carries an explanation. Every capability hints at something more ambitious than daily errands. This is the type of vehicle that teaches you how intent, tuning, and design philosophy can shape an experience far beyond its modest image. It becomes a reminder that greatness does not always enter with spectacle. Sometimes it slips in through durability, balance, and a curious mix of humility and confidence. If you enjoy stories where the underdog earns respect through substance, like, subscribe and comment with what you want covered next. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon enters the story at the intersection of practicality and hidden athleticism. It occupies a place where a family-oriented Longroof suddenly reveals engineering choices that feel borrowed from a more spirited mission. To understand the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon, we need to rewind to the moment when compact cars were still fighting for respect in a market dominated by bulk and excess. The wagon aimed to deliver space and dependability, yet it carried suspension geometry and packaging that hinted at something more ambitious. At first glance, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon appears to be a modest commuter tool. The form is upright, the surfaces are simple, and nothing about its silhouette shouts performance. Yet early adopters sensed an unusual clarity in the way it behaved on imperfect roads. They noticed that the responses felt calmer and more composed than expected for the category, especially when weight shifted quickly or pavement textures changed. This segment explores why that feeling was not an accident. The wagon is a window into how a manufacturer can embed surprising capability into an everyday object. The chassis that would underlie the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon did not start as a clean sheet. Instead, it emerged from the quiet pursuit of balanced proportions, efficient packaging, and a platform approach that allowed the brand to use common engineering threads across multiple body styles. Engineers focused on alignment stability, steering predictability, and accessible maintenance. These priorities produced a structure that could support more than basic commuting. When owners began loading cargo, seating families, or running errands, they discovered that the wagon retained its calm under load. The rear layout contributed to a planted feel that resisted the flustered responses common among compact wagons of the time. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon became known for predictability in challenging conditions. Drivers found that the suspension absorbed imperfections gracefully without feeling numb. This behavior stemmed from component placement, spring rates, and attention to geometry. Instead of chasing softness alone, the design balanced comfort with directional stability. At a time when rivals leaned heavily on cost savings, this wagon invested in thoughtful hardware that made even mundane drives feel controlled. Its braking feel, though simple, was tuned for confidence. The pedal delivered steady modulation, allowing drivers to adjust speeds smoothly on varying grades or in crowded urban settings. Meanwhile, the cabin layout emphasized visibility. Tall glass areas and thin pillars helped drivers place the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon with surprising accuracy in tight environments. This clarity of sight contributed to reduced stress in daily use. Parents, commuters, and small business owners all benefited from the unobstructed view. Cargo practicality played a major role in the wagon's identity. The long, flat floor, wide opening, and low lift height allowed owners to carry tools, groceries, or recreational gear with minimal fuss. The interior materials were basic yet durable. Surfaces tolerated heavy use without feeling cheap. Over time, owners recognized that the wagon delivered a kind of dependable consistency that built trust mile after mile. It made no unrealistic promises yet always seemed to do exactly what was asked. Under the hood, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon used an engine designed for accessibility. Components were arranged logically, fluids were easy to reach, and the overall layout encouraged routine care without special tools. This practical design helped owners maintain performance and reliability on modest budgets. The car rewarded attention rather than demanding it. The power delivery was smooth rather than aggressive. Torque arrived predictably, enabling confident acceleration onto highways or through rolling terrain without straining the drivetrain. Sound levels inside the cabin were moderate. The mechanical note was present but not intrusive, adding a sense of character without extending into fatigue. As the years passed, the wagon earned a reputation for endurance. Many examples clocked significant mileage with relatively straightforward maintenance schedules. Enthusiasts found that the platform welcomed thoughtful upgrades. Suspension bushings, brake improvements and careful tuning amplified the underlying strengths without causing imbalance. Even when kept stock, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon projected a certain calm resilience. It was not a machine built to chase attention but rather to reward those who appreciated subtle capability. Its proportions aged gracefully. The boxy silhouette eventually became a symbol of straightforward honesty in design. Owners discovered that the wagon encouraged a unique kind of driving involvement. It was responsive enough to feel engaging but not so demanding that it required constant vigilance. This balance created a loyal following among people who valued connection over spectacle. They found that each drive revealed small nuances in steering feel, load transfer, or throttle response. Over time, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon became much more than an ordinary family car. It represented a philosophy that celebrated functional engineering over ornament. Even today, its presence on the road communicates a quiet confidence. It is a reminder that some of the most satisfying machines arrive without noise or exaggeration, carrying their strengths in the fabric of their design. The wagon teaches us that practicality and enjoyment are not mutually exclusive. When purpose meets balance, everyday transportation can become unexpectedly rewarding. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon sits at the center of a curious transformation. Enthusiasts gradually realized that the same fundamentals that made it dependable also made it unusually receptive to refinement. This segment examines those fundamentals, because to appreciate how the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon evolved into a beloved platform, you need to understand the technical and cultural forces that shaped it. The wagon was never advertised as a performance machine. Its identity centered on family duty, cargo hauling, and reliable mobility. Yet beneath that practical exterior lived a structure that handled load distribution gracefully, accepted suspension tuning without protest, and responded to careful mechanical adjustments with surprising enthusiasm. Owners who began modifying their cars often discovered that small enhancements created a disproportionately positive influence on handling precision, engine response, or braking consistency. This pattern raised questions about what the platform had been capable of from day one. The aftermarket noticed early. Companies began offering springs, dampers, and intake components tailored to the wagon. While the sedan variant captured the spotlight in motorsport, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon quietly built its own following, driven by people who enjoyed the idea of a long roof with hidden agility. The wagon's chassis architecture allowed for relatively even weight distribution when unloaded. When carrying cargo, the balance remained predictable because the suspension geometry reduced abrupt shifts that might unsettle the car. This stability made it an appealing base for owners who wanted a vehicle that could handle daily duty yet feel composed on winding roads. The front strut arrangement worked harmoniously with the rear suspension. Steering reactions were transparent, allowing drivers to read the road surface through the wheel without harshness. When the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon entered the hands of hobbyists, many found the design welcoming. The mechanical layout avoided unnecessary complexity. This accessibility encouraged experimentation. Owners tried different tire compounds, ride heights, and alignment settings to extract more clarity from the driving experience. These experiments often revealed that the wagon tolerated changes better than many competitors. Adjustments seldom introduced unpredictable behavior. This consistency became one of its greatest strengths. The engine bay of the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon provided space for incremental improvement. Carburetor tuning, ignition adjustments, and exhaust refinement allowed the powertrain to breathe more freely. Rather than chasing headline numbers, owners typically pursued smoothness and responsiveness. The real reward was a more communicative feel during low to medium speed driving. Meanwhile, the drivetrain's durability meant the wagon could handle long distances without excessive wear, a trait valued by both commuters and adventure-oriented drivers. The structure of the wagon resisted fatigue effectively. Long roof designs often risked flex under stress, but careful bracing and straightforward engineering kept vibrations under control. Over time, enthusiasts added subtle reinforcements to enhance rigidity. These changes sharpened steering accuracy and complemented suspension upgrades. As the reputation of the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon grew, a culture formed around preserving the car's character while elevating its performance. This culture valued balance over extremes. The goal was always to enhance the qualities that made the wagon enjoyable in the first place. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, the wagon became a gateway project for newcomers to automotive tuning. Its affordability, simplicity, and forgiving nature made it an ideal introduction to mechanical learning. Many drivers developed their technical skills on the platform. They learned how adjustments influenced weight transfer, traction, and overall driving personality. Even modest upgrades produced noticeable results. The car almost felt eager to demonstrate the influence of each modification. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon also benefited from a sense of community. Gatherings, meets, and enthusiast events brought owners together to compare builds, share parts, and offer guidance. This collaborative spirit helped preserve knowledge about the car's quirks, maintenance strategies, and improvement pathways. As older models disappeared from regular roads, surviving wagons gained cultural importance. They represented a link to a time when simplicity and durability defined compact transportation. Restorers began saving neglected examples, motivated by the belief that the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon held historical and emotional value that extended beyond nostalgia. In restoration work, the wagon revealed additional strengths. Its construction allowed panels to align consistently, mechanical components to seat properly, and systems to return to factory behavior with relative ease. Many restorers appreciated that the car responded well to methodical work. Achieving tidy results felt rewarding rather than frustrating. Meanwhile, preserved and thoughtfully upgraded wagons proved that the car could stand the test of time. Owners reported that their vehicles still felt composed, engaging, and dependable after decades of use. This enduring capability fueled a rise in respect for the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon among collectors and historians. They noted that the wagon represented an era when manufacturers pursued mechanical honesty and efficient design. The car symbolized the value of thoughtful engineering rather than trend-driven styling. One of the defining traits of the wagon was its ability to deliver satisfaction across different driving contexts. It performed competently in city environments, rural settings, and even light recreational driving. The suspension absorbed imperfections without feeling loose, and the steering offered tactile communication through small inputs. Drivers discovered that the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon rewarded measured control. Its responses encouraged smooth operation rather than aggressive tactics. This characteristic contributed to a positive reputation among families and seasoned drivers alike. The cabin of the wagon, while minimalistic, strengthened its identity. Wide windows created an airy environment, and straightforward controls focused attention on driving rather than distraction. The simplicity aged gracefully. Modern owners often remark that the cabin's honesty contributes significantly to the car's appeal. As interest in classic vehicles grew, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon gained recognition as a practical classic. It offered vintage charm without requiring excessive compromise. Maintenance remained accessible for hobbyists. Parts could be sourced or refurbished, and mechanical systems responded predictably to routine care. This reliability encouraged more people to preserve their wagons rather than part ways with them. Over the years, the platform's reputation shifted from underrated to respected. Automotive writers and historians acknowledge that the wagon contributed significantly to the broader legacy of its manufacturer. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon demonstrated that compact family vehicles could deliver engagement, stability, and adaptability without abandoning affordability. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon reaches a point in its story where appreciation shifts from technical analysis to broader cultural impact. This segment examines how the wagon's presence influenced enthusiasts, collectors, and the direction of compact vehicle philosophy. At this stage, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon serves not only as a mechanical artifact but also as an example of how thoughtful engineering can ripple outward into communities and future design choices. Classic vehicles often gain significance because they make people feel connected to an earlier era, and the wagon reflects a time when compact cars embraced simplicity and functionality rather than spectacle. The model's understated appearance and approachable driving personality encouraged owners to form lasting memories. Many recall road trips, family routines, and early mechanical experiences shaped by the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon. As a result, the car accumulated emotional value that extended beyond its practical origins. Collectors began to see the wagon as a compelling blend of rarity, usability, and charm. Its straightforward mechanics and distinctive silhouette made it a natural candidate for preservation. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon developed a reputation for rewarding long-term stewardship. Well-maintained examples held their character effectively, allowing owners to enjoy the full range of the car's personality without major compromises. This consistency strengthened the wagon's status as an ideal entry point for people who wanted to own and maintain a classic vehicle. As the collector market matured, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon benefited from renewed attention to compact long-roof designs. Buyers recognized that the wagon offered utility without feeling cumbersome. It provided charm without demanding specialized expertise. Many owners described a sense of connection to the car that emerged from the way it encouraged participation rather than passive use. The steering feel, driving posture, and mechanical responses invited engagement. Younger enthusiasts began to appreciate the wagon for the same reasons earlier generations did. Its transparency and approachable nature made it a refreshing contrast to modern vehicles filled with electronic complexity. Driving the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon reminded people of the joy found in simple, direct control. This clarity resonated with a broad audience, from hobbyists exploring classic ownership for the first time to seasoned drivers seeking an antidote to modern excess. The wagon's influence extended into automotive culture through gatherings, club events, and online communities. These spaces highlighted the car's versatility and encouraged a mix of restoration-focused and lightly modified builds. Owners frequently showcased their 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon for its clean lines, honest presentation, and durable mechanical foundation. These gatherings helped form a unique identity for the wagon. It became known as a classic that excelled in everyday scenarios while still offering engaging dynamics. The emotional connection between drivers and their 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon grew stronger with time. Many described the satisfaction of preserving a piece of automotive history while still enjoying regular use. This duality enhanced the model's appeal to collectors who valued both functionality and heritage. The wagon became a symbol of living history. Each example carried individual stories, repairs, and modifications that reflected the decisions of previous owners. The accessibility of parts and the durability of the platform ensured that many wagons remained mechanically healthy, further reinforcing their presence in classic car culture. Automotive historians began to acknowledge the wagon's significance within the broader trajectory of compact car design. They noted that the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon demonstrated how a manufacturer could create a vehicle that satisfied daily needs while allowing room for enthusiast engagement. This insight influenced the appreciation of later compact models. The wagon set a precedent for vehicles that offered integrity, efficiency, and adaptability. Museums and archives occasionally included restored examples to illustrate the evolution of compact wagons. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon represented an important chapter in the movement toward lighter, more efficient transportation. The wagon's value in the collector market rose steadily as demand increased. Well-documented examples commanded attention from enthusiasts seeking authenticity and long-term enjoyment. A significant factor behind this interest was the car's ability to retain its driving feel over time. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon delivered a consistent experience that modern restorers could faithfully preserve. Many owners enjoyed the process of refreshing mechanical components, upgrading comfort features slightly, or restoring period-correct details. These activities strengthened the bond between the wagon and its caretakers. As interest grew, the wagon influenced newer generations of automotive design enthusiasts who admired its mix of practical dimensions and responsive handling. Some designers cited the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon as an example of proportion and packaging efficiency. Its ability to offer generous cargo space, compact exterior size, and stable handling made it a valuable reference point. Enthusiast builders continued to explore creative interpretations of the wagon. Some preferred original restorations, while others introduced subtle performance tweaks that preserved the car's spirit. In each case, the wagon's core strengths remained intact. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon ultimately earned a place in the cultural landscape because it represented authenticity. It was a vehicle that delivered on its promises while offering unexpected depth. The model showed that a car does not need extravagance to earn loyalty. Thoughtful engineering and consistency can create lasting admiration. As more drivers discovered the wagon's qualities, appreciation grew not through hype but through genuine experience. Today, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon continues to influence collectors, builders, and fans who seek a classic that feels approachable and rewarding. It stands as proof that utility and engagement can coexist harmoniously. The longevity of its appeal reflects the strength of its engineering, the warmth of its community, and the satisfaction it brings to those who value simplicity with character. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon reaches its conclusion as a reminder that some vehicles achieve lasting respect not through spectacle but through consistency, clarity, and a sense of purpose that resonates across generations. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon illustrates how thoughtful engineering can influence both daily life and long-term automotive culture. Its story begins with modest intentions, yet those intentions created a platform that balanced usability, durability, and composure so effectively that owners quickly recognized qualities far greater than the sum of the parts. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon offered predictable handling, approachable mechanics, and a cabin shaped by practicality. These attributes made the car easy to trust during family duties, long trips, or routine commuting. Over time, that trust became the seed of admiration, because the wagon demonstrated again and again that dependability and engagement can coexist. As the years progressed, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon proved it could adapt to evolving expectations. Enthusiastic owners discovered that small refinements amplified the vehicle's inherent balance. Tuning efforts revealed a chassis eager to communicate and a powertrain happy to reward careful attention. These traits encouraged a culture centered on learning, experimentation, and preservation. Newcomers found the wagon accessible, while experienced builders appreciated its structural honesty. Community support played a major role in shaping the wagon's identity. Gatherings, restorations, and shared enthusiasm strengthened its place in the classic car landscape. The 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon became known as a Longroof with character, one that carried memories, personal stories, and decades of practical service. The emotional connection between owners and the platform deepened as the car proved itself worthy of long-term stewardship. It was a machine that invited participation rather than passive use. Collectors and historians noted the wagon's influence on compact vehicle philosophy. Its proportions, packaging efficiency, and stable behavior under load helped define what a well-executed family-oriented design could achieve. As interest in classic compacts continues to rise, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon remains a standout choice for people who value authenticity and balanced engineering. Its legacy endures because it captures the essence of thoughtful design. It respects the driver's time, offers genuine engagement, and delivers dependable dynamics without unnecessary complexity. The wagon's continued relevance is a testament to the power of simplicity executed with care. It stands as a reminder that practicality can be inspirational when shaped by clear priorities and honest craftsmanship. In the end, the 1971 Datsun Bluebird 510 wagon leaves an impression rooted in sincerity. It does not rely on dramatic styling or high-output performance to earn appreciation. Instead, it proves that the most rewarding vehicles are often the ones that serve faithfully while offering subtle depth for those willing to explore it. The story of this wagon invites us to value intention, balance, and the enduring appeal of engineering that prioritizes people over spectacle. It encourages us to recognize the timeless joy found in machines built with clarity of purpose and respect for the driving experience.